You know, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now because this movie is extremely special to me, and it always, forever will be. This is, in my opinion, without a doubt, the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Nothing will beat it for me. Nothing ever will. It's the Polar Express. While many of you guys will say A Christmas Carol, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or Elf, look, that's fine, you're wrong, but it's okay, don't worry about it. But this is the right answer. This is based off the 1985 children's book and stars Tom Hanks in 6 different roles, doing motion capture work. It revolves around a young boy who doubts the existence of Santa and the North Pole. He does not believe, full stop. One night he wakes up on Christmas Eve and goes on this magical train ride to North Pole, embarks on this self-discovery trip along with making some friends. It's one of the first films that I ever saw in a cinema. I was 5 years old in November 2004, and what this movie gave to me as an experience, it doesn't happen often. It's by far my favorite Christmas movie, it has to be. The film embodies the excitement and the larger-than-life quality of Christmas. It's all about the journey. If you were a child who believed in all your heart and have grown into an adult who wants to recapture that original wonder, there aren't that many films that are gonna give that to you, but this one will. It starts off with the hero boy. He's very skeptical about Santa. He struggles to sleep. He's still trying to find a bit of wonder in his life when it comes to believing. He has all these newspapers and magazines about Santa not being real or being a fraud or just being an imposter. And then a very loud, noisy locomotive train comes outside of his home, just like that, so casual. That feeling, that radiator right there, that just got out of control, and you hear that locomotive train sound, I can hear it right now. It terrified me in theaters, but I was so excited because it felt like I was there the whole time. The steam going off, the objects in the room moving about, it felt like an earthquake. The sound of the train, it was incredible. The first look of the train was just so mesmerizing, and it still is to this day. The score of this movie, it cannot be underrated because it's iconic. Alan Silvestri is one of the greatest. The characters are perhaps the most important thing in a movie. It makes you so glued to the screen. Even if the plot and the narrative is not going as fast as you want it to be, you have the characters there, and it doesn't really matter as much because as long as you are entertained and somehow happy with what's on screen and you're able to connect with how they're feeling with all these emotions, you're gonna have a good time. The conductor, played by Tom Hanks, one of his 6 roles in the movie, the character is such a great role model. He just encourages children to believe in Santa. Not just in Santa, but the good things in life. There's also this impoverished kid called Billy. He's just this sweet boy. He's so isolated. First of all, I got really annoyed with him because what kind of idiot just falls down just like that? But then I felt really bad for him because of the music. It was the music. I genuinely felt really sorry for him. As I grow up, I think I dislike that kid more. I don't know why. There's that other scene in which they're literally trying to cross the Winter Wonderland, and he's just walking so stupidly quick, and it's like, you're gonna die, mate. What are you doing? And he realizes that, and he still does it. But there is that great urgency and that dedication of trying to get on board of the train at first. He declines at first, but then he changes his mind. He doesn't give up. He just hopes to see something good. And I feel like somehow that can be very relatable. When we get a choice and we first decline it, but then we don't want to regret it later on. We want to get on board and still see where is it going to go. That's the message of this movie. But then there's this also very spirited, cheerful girl who just stares at people for no reason whatsoever, who's thinking, who cares about other people? If someone is not getting a hot chocolate, she will make sure that person gets a hot chocolate, and she will give that to them, even if it means to, lose a ticket and then get thrown off the train.
He's gonna throw her off the train.
Which brings me to the brilliant hot chocolate scene. I mean, come on, this scene is the stuff of legend. It is the sole reason as to why I make sure to watch this film with hot chocolate, because it just looks phenomenal in this film. I mean, come on. Hold on, I'll be right back. One of my favorite and the most important scenes that I actually remember while seeing this film is when the hero boy loses the ticket. It's probably my favorite. It's just so visually appealing. The detail around the place is just so beautiful. I can't stop looking at the screen. The bird catching the ticket, flying around with it. It's just amazing. The way that the ticket is able to find its way back to the train, this entire sequence in perfect condition. It's like nothing happened. It's so satisfying. The best thing that I can compare this to is Toy Story 2. You know what scene I'm talking about. It's just brilliant. People may say that it's quite unnecessary, but in terms of theater experience, I remember everything. I just had that great time of watching it. And this leads to the boy climbing on top of the roof of the train, where he meets my favorite character of the entire film, the hobo, also played by Tom Hanks. He is by far my favorite character in the entire film, and he has this great line that I always remember, and I always laugh at it because it's just so real.
I'm looking for a girl.
Hey, we all!
The guy seems initially very scary. He is a ghost, and he claims that seeing is believing. And he honestly plays with the boy's mind. He plays tricks on him, but ultimately he helps him along the way, and he does save his life. But let's go forward to when we actually reach the North Pole. I mean, where the three kids get lost in the North Pole. It felt like a video game. This part right here, it's one of the coolest missions that you could ever go on. You're finding a way to get to the others. I was just so excited watching it. So exciting to be part of that journey. When in full speed, the train is going back to the workshop and it's just gonna crash, and the train's spinning, and then you have to find ways to get to the other side, and they have this massive bridge that they have to cross upon. Billy is obviously slipping on it for no reason, and you just get so scared. But then after multiple times rewatching this movie, you just get angry on him. You know, you wish that he just fell. You love these characters. You don't want anything bad to happen to them. And plus, the children, of course, you don't need anything bad to happen to them. But the film does not shy away from being emotional, especially that ending scene. All the elves, the children being surrounded, they're waiting for Santa's arrival. Everyone's noticing the beautiful sound of the bells, and the camera slowly zooming in on the hero boy. He's just sad, he's depressed, he doesn't have the same joy that other has. He wants to, he longs for it. And then that magical moment in which he can't hear it, he doesn't believe. But as the bells fall apart, he picks it up and claims that he does believe. He wants to hear that noise, and it finally rings. And it's just a very satisfying moment in the film that is actually brought to Santa's attention. We finally see him walk to the boy, and he's once again played by Tom Hanks. Not only does he do the 6 different roles, but he actually does the motion capture work for the hero boy as well. Everything you see, every movement of the hero boy that you saw in this film is all done by Tom Hanks. I just never knew that as of now, which is incredible. The whole film celebrates the true spirit of Christmas more than any other Christmas movie. It's trying to convey to the audience that it's not about what you see and how things work, it's about choosing to believe in the magic of the world. That power to believe, that's where the magic of childlike wonder comes from. That's where we fall in love with these other movies that have these fantasy spirit-like qualities. It's something that we forget these days. I do sometimes wonder if my love for this movie is driven solely by the fact that I loved it as a kid. You know, maybe I'm just still defending it into my adulthood because that's what I cherish. You know, it's that sense of protecting that part of my childhood and my love for that period of time in my life. Perhaps that's true, you know, that's deep. But I do think there is something more to this movie than nostalgia and bias. Movies that I loved as a kid haven't always stuck with me into adulthood, and even as my taste in film has changed, the feeling that this movie gives to me is still exactly the same. It made me obsessed with hot chocolate. I have it all the time and I sing the song. Sure, I may not believe in the magic of Santa, but I believe in the magic of this movie, and hence I believe in the magic of what the festive season brings to all of us, and that's joy. That's the definition of this movie. I choose to believe that I will end up loving it for the rest of my life.